Hey, this is Dace from Rock and More Music Academy. You know, one of the questions we get asked most often, and it's an excellent question that we love to answer all the time, is what type of guitar should I get for a beginner? Well, if all you want to know is the real quick answer, most people are going to end up getting an electric guitar with an amplifier and the cable that connects the two. Now, if you want a more in-depth answer, stay tuned. Oh, hello. You know, if you'd like to see a complete discussion of all the different types of guitars, follow the link in the description. Today, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of the three main types of guitars as they pertain to beginner guitar players. Starting with the steel string acoustic guitar. Now, steel string acoustic guitars are excellent for strumming chords, and you can accompany yourself on an acoustic guitar with steel strings. And it's great because it comes with its own amplifier too. That's the body of the guitar making the sound of the strings louder. Now, one of the cons to this is the steel strings themselves. They're a little bit more difficult on your fingers. And so for beginners, they make your fingers hurt a little bit, and until you build up calluses. And the large body that amplifies the sound, well, that can be kind of big, especially for smaller beginners. So let me show you an alternative to that. Let me just finish it off real quick with my handy speed square.
No. Yes.
Here's a nylon string acoustic guitar. Still comes with its own little amplifier there with the body, and this time the nylon strings make it easier on your fingers. They're not as hard on your fingers as the steel string. This type of guitar is quite often used for fingerstyle guitar playing and classical music. Now, the cons might be that usually the neck of these guitars are a little bit wider, and it's still got this body, which could be a little bit too big for smaller beginners, but it's still a pretty good choice. But let me show you the one that most beginner students want to try. Now, what we've got here is a steel string electric guitar. Now, even though this has steel strings, just like the steel string acoustic, these steel strings are actually a lot easier on your fingers. It's also a lot thinner and smaller, the body of the guitar is, than the acoustic guitar. So we've taken these around to elementary schools and had kids as young as 7 or 8 play full-size electric guitars. It's a little bit heavier, and if you just play it, see, it doesn't have its own amplifier. If you really want to be able to hear the sound of the electric guitar, you are going to have to buy an amplifier, but that's not really a con, I don't think, because while you can get this guitar with the amplifier to sound a lot like the acoustic guitar, just like that, you can also flick a switch and become a rock and roll lead guitar player. All the guitars we've seen today have 6 strings on them, and all the notes are in the same spot. So whether you want to go with a steel string acoustic, a nylon string acoustic, or an electric guitar is really up to you. But I'll tell you this much. I personally think that the best choice is to go with the type of guitar that the student wants to learn how to play. Because if they get a really cool guitar that they really like, they're going to end up spending more time with it. And any amount of time that you can spend just hanging around with your guitar, much less actually practicing and playing it, is going to help you out with your ultimate goal of being awesome at guitar.